Now to the shooting at Fort Hood. Senator Joe Lieberman, who chairs the Senate Homeland Security Committee, is calling for a probe into whether the shooting was actually a terrorist attack. CBS News national correspondent Dean Reynolds joins us from Fort Hood, Texas with more. Dean, good morning.
Good morning, Harry. Well, as the Army searches for answers, a big unavoidable question is why so few people picked up on the many signals that Major Hasan was potential trouble.
According to those who knew him, including soldiers, Nidal Malik Hasan repeatedly proclaimed that the U.S. war on terror was a war on Islam, that he thought the wars in Afghanistan and Iraq were proof of that view, and that he wanted nothing to do with his pending deployment to Afghanistan later this month. Strong, potentially alarming views for an Army psychiatrist to be expressing out loud, and yet apparently the service never intervened.
If they knew something that could in fact have averted this from happening, they will be held accountable.
One associate says he repeatedly complained to Army officials about a presentation Hasan made that justified suicide bombings. One classmate reportedly called him a ticking time bomb. Investigators say there is no evidence yet that anyone else was involved in Thursday's shooting, but the Army and the FBI are now combing Hasan's computer records, assessing his apparent attraction to inflammatory websites and this mosque in suburban Washington, one that also ministered to two of the September 11th hijackers, and who was once led by an imam who reportedly was investigated by the FBI.
The Army and everyone else is being too politically correct right now. No one wants to use the M word or the J word, Muslim or jihadist.
Now, there are a lot of reports out there today about Major Hasan's ties to alleged radical groups, including a website out there today which is praising his activities. But while the Army says there is no evidence that more than one person was involved in this, clearly the investigation has far to go. Harry?
Dean Reynolds at Fort Hood this morning. Thank you.